Greetings, gods in training. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Uncle Makara. Let's get started today. So these are a couple of tips today that I'm going to share that is going to optimize your savage shaman archetype, okay? Understand that you are the medicine man or the medicine woman of your entire family and your generation and your tribe. So as you're watching this, as you envision this, you understand that you have such an amazing potential within you. This is an archetype that we believe in, also called the priest beast or priestess beast, where it's a combination of the integrated man or the integrated woman. As we understand, archetypes are very, very powerful, as we learned from the channeling last night for Shivaji. Thank you so much for those who attended. It was an incredible event. And those of you who couldn't attend or maybe had Wi-Fi issues, you're going to get the recording, so tap in. So the first thing you want to understand is, are you optimizing your reality? Are you refining things and getting them more crystal clear, okay? I knew this for years, that I was, building sandcastles and then the tide would wash them away over and over again, metaphorically, where I would create projects, I'd do something and then it just got washed away and then washed away, until I learned to refine something to the level of, I'm not going to make these sandcastles by where the water is or where the tide is. I'm going to move it to somewhere that is on dry land. You see what I'm saying? So understand that whatever is infiltrating through the energy right now, it's too much involved, it's too entangled into that area. You need to move it away from that area into somewhere where you can start to optimize this thing. You guys get that? So that's about working harder, not smarter, and that's about building up your high income skill set, something that can make you stand out in the marketplace, something that you can leverage. Maybe it's your own style of healing, maybe it's your own vibe or checklist, maybe it's some kind of a process or program or something that you're offering, right? Something that comes from the heart and soul, something that blends through your persona and what you're here to do. Who is the character that you most need to be to serve the most amount of people, okay? So this is really what's going to powerfully energize you as a savage shaman. Next thing is, you need some shamanic practices. You need different ways to tap into altered states of consciousness, whether that be through meditation, through breath work, through ecstatic dance, something. You need something in order for you to really explore your internal world and make it your dojo. Whether that be, doing yoga, for instance. There are a lot of times where the tension becomes the thing that I'm working on, right? And so as I'm leaning into the tension, feeling the pain, I understand that I am not the pain, right? And this is something I got from AZD as well, is I understand that I am the one without pain. And so I just have to keep stretching and, bearing through the pain until I reach non-pain, okay? Or peace in a sense, or body harmony, alignment, okay? That's what it's all about, right? When you get disharmonious, get unaligned. It's a very, very powerful topic also that we discovered, that particularly your core wound, okay, that you've been through. Let's say it's the oral archetype of abandonment, okay? And you feel this neediness, you feel this clinging. What about the camel pose, right? That can open up this entire area, doing the opposite of what your core trauma was. That is such a powerful tech, okay? That is such a powerful tech. For instance, I'm a schizoid archetype. I'm going more towards one side. I have to find ways to remain centered, remain aligned with my movement, okay? So a yoga pose that allows me to maintain alignment. Very, very powerful, but this is the way that we think at Primal Sutra. We're finding ways to optimize, make things way more effective rather than scattered, okay? There's too much scattered information out there in terms of spirituality, so you really just want to simplify, make it fun for you, make it engaging for you, like a quest or like, this is a video game, this is fun. I get to choose my character and my avatar every single day, and it just keeps moving and adapting and weaving, through these worlds. And that's what the savage shaman does. They weave between this world and the liminal spaces and the metaphysical world. So that's what you want to really get to. The next thing is really optimizing herbs and supplements. The reason I have this dragon libido, this life force energy, this vajra inside of me, is because I supplement my health with a lot of great things, okay? I make sure that I'm using the protocols from Primal Sutra, including the red light, infrared light therapy, and many other things that are very, very powerful and key for my optimization, okay? So you are almost a walking biohacker, okay? You're figuring out things to enhance you as you're on the move. So let's say that you're walking somewhere and you feel this tension. You can use a triple breath in, out as you're walking. Or let's say you forgot your mantra and you sit in the bus and you just repeat that mantra in your head. So you're always finding renditions and things to adapt as you go, because that's how the savage shaman's mindset really permeates right through their waking reality, you could say, okay? Because yes, they have dreams and probably dream catchers, and you get a lot of symbolism through your meditations and things like this, but how can you apply that directly into your waking life? I know a lot of people who know about the Hermetic principles and so forth, and again, guys, I just want to show you this, okay? I'm not BSing when I show you guys this, okay? It's a dragonfly right outside my window again, okay? And of course, constantly refining and using subliminals and hypnosis, doing the things that really perpetuate this new reality for you, like creating symbolic adjustments to wherever you go, whether that be on your phone screen background. Okay, I have a digital mandala in my phone screen background. Everywhere and everything that I do has a particular intention and purpose. If it doesn't, if it's extraneous, I try to remove it nowadays. I try to understand that, okay, this is for this particular time block, and then after that I'm going to drop it. Drop it has become one of my favorite mantras, actually, because oftentimes we'll get a thought that just keeps looping. There will be a thought looping for no apparent reason other than the fact that it hasn't searched for the solution yet. So what you want to do sometimes is just decide what it means to you in that moment, and then when you find out opposing data to that or something else, then you adapt it then. Okay, but that you do decide that this is what it means to me for right now. I'm going to go with this until I know other facts about it and surrounding it, okay? That saves you a lot of heartache, going into the past and, regurgitating stuff and picking it apart and, this is what people do in therapy, right? They go into their past, they try to pick it apart, and they find all the reasons why, they can reinforce their sadness or their traumas and be okay with it and talking about it, right? So after you talk about your problem, like, so many times with a therapist, you kind of you get bored of it, right? And that's when you heal it in a sense. But I don't think you need to be focusing on it. I think you need to be reinterpreting it through a new lens, through a new paradigm, okay? So it's funny that Shivaji said in the beginning, he was like, do you give me permission to challenge your paradigm? Oftentimes people don't give us permission, before they try to, let's say, challenge our realities and so forth. But something interesting that he said, which is very powerful in the channeling, is he was talking about how thought forms have kind of a mind of their own, right? And so they have their own agendas, own intentions, own goals. So let's say any topic, like if someone brings up money, right? All your money stories are gonna come out to play in that moment. You get what I mean? It's like, it's going to summon the repressed thoughts in terms of that idea or concept too. It's going to bring up all of that. So health, wealth, and relationships is what we focus on most. So if you have negative limiting beliefs around health, negative beliefs around wealth, negative beliefs around relationships, these three areas of your life are not going to seem complete. They're going to feel incomplete. They're going to feel frantic. They're going to feel scattered. They're going to feel forced. They're going to feel either codependent or independent, like you're trying to separate. Okay, so having these belief systems, okay, and overriding the old belief systems, the old BS, okay, and going into the new reality, right? Really stepping into embodying that new reality. I think someone was asking me a question about alter egos, whether it's just about the belief or does it have to be the actions that back it. I would say it's a little combination of both, because if you don't have the actions that back the beliefs, then it's truly not felt or reinforced or experienced through the somatic senses. So really about feeling into them, and it's really about feeling, right? The sensations of that character that they have, that they embody, the qualities of that character. So let's say it's courage. You practice being courageous and brave in certain situations, right? You say that, okay, let's say for instance your alter ego is named Jeremy. You step into Jeremy's role every time that you feel like, I have fear, I feel afraid of this, I don't want to lean in, I feel hesitation, I feel resistance. You move with the energy of Jeremy, okay? And you step into that. So that's what I would say and suggest for that. And you can have multiple alter egos to tap into for different things. A good idea is to, like I said in the video, to adapt it towards something you're wearing, which is very powerful. So different alter egos can be tapped into different amulets or different things that you wear, different jewelry that you wear and so forth, okay? That taps you into different energies. And you can always use a combination of these energies, right? Charge these different instruments, activate them with the power of a specific deity and so forth. It's very, very powerful to do that, okay? You set the intention, you send the energy to the thing itself. So I say something like, I will activate Janus's energy through the beads that I'm wearing right now. Activate it for all of today. Okay, so I set that intention. So now I know that right now this is going to help me tap into his energy, and I'm already embodying it. So I want to move with that frequency, you understand? Very, very powerful. Of course, these are very surface level teachings right now. So if you want to learn a high level tech, more personalized information, more customized, what do you want to know about, your deity work, your chakra system, any psychological blocks that you're having, any emotional issues that you're currently suffering with, we work on this stuff and we work towards healing and getting you towards that zero conduit, as we like to call it, okay? That 0 point where from there you can then choose the avatar that you truly want to be and step into in this waking life, in this reality, okay? But it's going to take a little bit of effort on your part in the beginning, because you're going to want to push this, even though there are going to be days in which you feel like, man, I can't do this, or it's too tough, or that seems like too much. You just move with it. You lower the intensity and you move with it. You don't have to be like this, choo-choo train all the time. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can allow yourself to weave and adapt. If you're looking at the paradigm of, I'm at the gym and I'm a choo-choo train, you're gonna pull some deadlifts, do some work, and then you're gonna dip out. If that's your mindset. Now, the Savage Shaman understands I can become anybody. I'm a shapeshifter, right? And so you could become a snake in the gym one moment, and then you embody the tiger, and then you suddenly, you become a Goliath giant, and then you will transform into Hanuman, and then you go into an underwater creature almost as you're resting on that bench. So all of these different visualizations you can tap into. Nobody's saying that you only have to embody the energy of the warlock as you're going to the gym, okay, or whatever, and only stick to that, okay? You're allowed to switch according to the moment. That gives you so much freedom in this reality when your imagination can match the reality sequence, right? What's going on in your head allows you to feel different in the moment. Like I remember I was doing this the other day, and it's so powerful of a technique. So what I did was I was walking through the mall with the intention that I'm walking through almost like a mausoleum, ancient temple, okay, covered in gold, and I was in like this white robe, right? I was just walking through like I was a sheik or some kind of a sultan or a prince or, some kind of a king. I was just walking and striding by, and people were looking at me like that. Like I was that, like I was VIP, like I was royalty, because I embodied that frequency and intelligence of that. Like as I was literally walking, I would feel the sensations of being there, almost like a reality that is a hologram, right? Like it's split like between this world and the other world of Shambhala or whatever, right? And so as I'm walking, I'm like feeling this energy energizing me. I'm just like, I'm looking around me and maybe I see like a Starbucks, but that like transforms into an old salon or something like that. And it's just like, man, I love that childlike imaginative energy. And if I can carry that with me throughout my day, my days are going to be so interesting, so fascinating, so enriching. When you have connection with all these beings from all these realms, you understand that you can tap in at any time, any pocket of energy that you choose for that particular state, for that particular moment. And there's so many different beings to choose from, right? But this is why it's also important to have the belief system that protects you from these specific beings, possessing you or taking your powers and all of these things, right? So it's very, very important that you also stay very physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally protected and safe, right? And that's what we believe in too at Primal Sutra. We don't want you to go off of the deep end in a sense, because a lot of people, they can't handle the shadow work, and then they end up going even lower in their consciousness, right? After figuring out like, whoa, I can't deal with this, I can't face this, I'm only going to look at the light, okay? So understand that once you integrate the shadow, once you have a good relationship with that, it's like the mirror looking back at you, okay? And you start to rise with that energy slowly. So understand that fear is definitely holding you back as a savage shaman. It's one of the things that you want to really practice and overcome. It's the reason to, as we discovered on our path working, our sinus issues and things like this, right? Headaches, sinus issues, all this kind of stuff that happens neck up, okay? Even neck issues, neck pain. It's all from being up in the head. It's all from being too in the mental, overthinking, overanalyzing, really. And I love doing this too. I love using my intelligence and, using my skill sets according to my benefit, okay? I'm a deep thinker. I like to go into these different talks, and I don't like to have these weird surface level conversations with people. Yeah, I'll do it. Like, oh yeah, that's great. Oh, the weather. Yeah, I'll do it to be polite in whatever social situation, but that's really not my cup of tea, okay? Of course, I'm dressed like this in Brown Monday, right? It's playing in the background right now. Okay, yo honey singer. Yeah, so the savage shaman, you want to understand, a shaman is the one who knows. The savage is the one without fear. It's the one without morals and dogma and rules and, constrictions and regulations that keep him stifled and always, trapped, like kind of just clasped tight like this. Whereas the opposite is moksha, okay? Liberation, freedom. Feeling your freedom through each and every moment. Really understanding that you are the choice point, ultimately. You do have the power to choose. And maybe other people have been choosing for you for a while. But now it's time to get back to your own power. Trust your instincts and intuition. You can trust mine, that's valid, okay? And my intuition is getting very strong nowadays, I feel. Kind of tripping myself out with it at times. That's valid, okay? That's good to explore these different topics. If you feel a lot of resistance towards, all this stuff around mermaids, aliens, and stuff that we talk about, really start to explore that, right? Because these are, again, metaphors, archetypes in our own psyche. What do they really represent, okay? We all have aspects of this in the collective consciousness. The more you think about something, the more it gives it energy, the more it grows, the more attention you have, the more that you can win in this game of life, okay? So it's all about the attention economy. The thing that creates and generates the most amount of attention gets the most amount of profit, okay? So that doesn't mean go around being an attention seeker, because what is that saying? That you don't have the attention to begin with, right? Doesn't mean go out and just be that, but it means to be bold. It means to be authentic, to be unique, to put your brand out there, even if it seems weird or a little bit different, right? It's like nobody's doing that, man, And I think that's valuable. That's truly valuable. Once you realize that top skill set that you can leverage in your industry, that nobody else is doing it like that, okay? Nobody else is touching you in your niche. Why? Because it's purely, authentically you or your tribe, okay? You are creating something for yourself. And it doesn't matter if it works or it doesn't work. It's just you. It's your lifestyle. Make it your lifestyle. Work on really building your life, and then building a business, a relationship, the other things around your life. Okay, a lot of people, they focus on one thing, they forget the living aspect. Okay, I'm saying start with living. Start with the basic things around you. Start to stack them. You'll start to notice that if you change your theme of your life, you're not going to worry yourself about all these random things. Like, I think we waste too much time in just decluttering, okay? But if your life is a meditation, it's not called decluttering, okay? It's a process of mental soothing. So as I put away these clothes, understand that it helps my mind, okay? So you're basically being your own mind magician. You're realizing that I hold the different magic spells, the healing codes within me. And I control my own karma. I have the responsibility to do something about this. So let's go. Let's move with it. Upward Spiral Gang. May we never be the same again. Hope you enjoyed this video, man. Share it with a flow me. Let's get it. May the flow be with you. Us.